Welcome to Recovering Addict. I am LT, your host, and I'm an alcoholic addict.
I'm Felice, your co-host, married to this guy who's an alcoholic addict.
Yep, that's me. That's what I am. We got a special guest tonight. Excited to bring him on. He is backstage. I saw him bounce out for a sec, and now he's back. So we'll be pulling him on here in a second. Hello, family. Hello, chat. Love you guys. Glad you're here. And yes, I'm exhausted. I actually did some landscape work today with one of my good buddies, Daniel. Good buddy, Daniel. And yeah, holy cow, I'm 40. Can you believe it? Walking uphill. I was filling up 550 or whatever, big trash cans full of mulch and walking them up this big path up this mountain. I'm not a kid anymore. That's for darn sure. 2 Advil, a cat nap, and a cup of tea. I'm good to go.
Yeah, I know you're old when you say you got a cup of tea.
Let me cup of tea.
Cup of tea.
All right, I'm going to jump right into this. We're going to read. What's up, Murd? Glad you're here. Raina, John, Brittany, everybody in the house. Holly Ford, Dwight, what's going on? Merc, the stallion.
It's Mercalicious.
And of course, Lord Raina. Hello. All right, July 10th, AA thought of the day. We in Alcoholics Anonymous do not enter into theological discussions, but in the carrying our message, we attempt to explain the simple how of the spiritual life. How faith in a higher power can help you overcome loneliness, fear, and anxiety. How it can help you get along with other people. How it can make it possible for you to rise above pain, sorrow, and despondency. How it can help you overcome your desires for the things that destroy. Here's our question of the day. Have I reached a simple, effective faith? Have you? And our meditation of the day. Expect miracles of change in people's lives. When you that's a good point. When you're seeing somebody that's down and out, you've helped and helped and helped, just keep hanging in there and expect a miracle of change, because the longer it takes, the more hopeless it seems, the greater the miracle is, like me. Do not be held back by unbelief. People can be changed, and they are often ready and waiting to be changed. Never believe that human nature cannot be changed. We see changed people every day. Do you have faith to make those changes possible? Modern miracles happen every day in the lives of people. All miracles are in the realm of personalities. Human nature can be changed, and it is always being changed. But we must have enough faith so we can be channels of God's strength into the lives of others. And here's our prayer today. I pray that I may have faith to expect miracles. I pray that I may be used by God to help change the lives of others. Amen to that.
Amen. We got first timer.
Oh, who's up in the first timer? Is it Megan?
Ryan.
Oh, where?
Right? Or Megan might be new too, right? Yeah.
Ryan, your first time on?
Hello to
well,
Ryan.
Nice to meet you. Real quick, for the people that are new, this is a channel about recovery. If you are drunk and high and you're looking for support, hello, you just found the right spot. And we are a bridge to a community greater than ourselves that's willing to help and support you. You got years of sobriety under your belt. You've done the 12 steps. You've been to an inpatient or outpatient program. Now what? It's time to further our education into relapse prevention. Let's understand our minds and how we work and how the heck did we get ourselves into addiction. So we go through books. Right now, we're going through Addictive Personality by Craig Nacken, and we are on some other part. We'll get to it tomorrow. But we've been learning a lot, learning about the addiction cycle, what goes on in our brain, why we act out, why we jump to that kind of stuff, where we are at spiritually. There's things that once we have a better grasp and an idea of what is going on in our head, the stronger we are at seeing it and preventing a possible relapse. So anyway, tonight's not about that. Tonight is about Brandon Young. He's a guy I met back when I first started the channel. I reached out to him. He put a thing out on Facebook on one of his other recovery pages that he does some cool things. And so I reached out to him. We connected. We've been kind of chit-chatting back and forth ever since, liking his videos. He's liking our videos, all that kind of stuff, right? So tonight he wants to come on here, give us his story on addiction, recovery, what he's doing for positivity, and he loves people just like we do and wants to help and give and support back. So I'm going to pull him up right now and just let him do his thing. This is Brandon. What's going on, brother?
Hey, Brandon.
What's going on, guys? I want to say thank you guys for what you're doing, helping people, because we're all in this together. We really are. So I just want to say thank you for what you guys are doing. It means a lot to me, and it means a lot to everybody in recovery or trying to get in recovery.
Amen. You're welcome, brother. Thank you.
Absolutely. So you want me to jump right into it? I'm Brandon.
Yeah.
I'm 28 years old. I'm originally from upstate New York. I've been sober now for 7 months. As of December 18, 2019, best choice of my life. You know, I've had my ups and downs, but I'm going to take it back to 2015 where I first started doing, engaging into the bad behavior. And so what happened is everything was going good in my life. And I tell people, you got to be careful when everything's going good because you let your guard down. Hello, John, how's it going? So I started letting my guard down. And, with my choices and my friend choices, I first started doing cocaine. And at first, it wasn't really that bad, as we all say, I got high, I would get high on the weekends, and it wasn't ruining my life, but I kept going, and I kept, it just got worse over the weeks. So eventually what happened is I started missing work, I started making excuses, and it started to really overtake my life. And then I had a girlfriend, and I don't blame the girlfriend at the time, but she wasn't helpful. You got to watch the people you keep around you. I tell people that all the time. So then I was introduced to Molly. So for a while, and I don't like to go back there and actually, condone what I did, but I ran around calling myself the Molly man because I loved doing Molly so much, but it was destroying my life. And I found myself one day in front of a Dollar General parking lot with my car. I was losing my license, I was losing my relationship, and I was losing my life. And I remember I started crying. And I don't know why I started crying. I know what we all been at one point is we don't know what's going on in our life. But see, it didn't stop there. It just got worse from there on out. So, after that happened, I drove back home and my mom said to me, she's been a big help in my recovery. I don't have a lot of people besides my friends on Facebook, and other people that are in recovery that are actually, actually physically see to support me. So it's been a little bit of a journey, but my girlfriend's been here. And I remember my mom sitting across from me and she said, sometimes it's the strongest ones that need the most help. And I got back in my car and I started crying again because I had put on this good front. I had a great job. I had a nice 2 cars. Things were going well, but I was dying inside. And I think we've all been there. And if you're there, trust me, you can get out of that. You can get out of that hole. It's, rock bottom. You can stay there for a little bit, but there is a way out. So, but at the time I didn't see no light at all. So I kept getting back deeper into drugs. I kept making excuses. I need to do this. I'm just doing it on the weekend. It's a fun thing to do. But the thing was that I was destroying other people's lives because I love to buy it and I love to go over to my friends' houses and I love to, bring it around for them. So I was the man of the hour, but little do I know now, when I look back, was I was destroying their lives. And it got to a point, LT, where, one day you think you'd have some wake-up calls. I'm pretty sure you've had some wake-up calls where life's like you need to turn around, right?
100%.
Yeah. I got home one day and, my heart gut told me, this kid called me, who was supposed to be my friend. He said, you want to come out with us? And I was supposed to go on a date. And I said no to the date because I was going to go get some Molly with this kid. And this was a altering, this was a huge thing in my life. He gets me in the car and he drives me down to a basement. Now you get those gut feelings. I'm pretty sure that gut feeling when you gave those fake checks to get bailed out of jail. You knew something was going to happen, right?
Right.
Well, I got this gut feeling and they led me into a basement and there was 5 kids sitting there that were my friends and they stuck a loaded gun in my head. And, I felt alone. I think we all get like that in our lives where I just felt so alone and I felt scared, but I was high. And I remember they put it to my head and they asked me these questions. They said, what kind of life do you want to live? And that's the question I want to ask people is, what kind of life do you really want to live? And I remember as that happened, he pulled the trigger and the gun jammed.
Whoa.
Well, life didn't get better from there. It got worse. And as the old saying goes, hurt people, right?
Yep.
So I ended up getting in a relationship with a female right after that. and I started doing more Molly because my excuse was it's because they tried doing that to me, and I was on Molly. That drug helped me, so I kept making excuses. I didn't start making improvements. I made things worse. And there was a point in my life where I was doing Molly so much as I tried committing suicide, and the gun jammed again. I was walking around. My girlfriend had went to work. I was sitting there, and I screamed because I believe in God, and I said, if this is the life I have to live, I don't want to be here no more. And I heard a quote by Darwin. He said, we stopped looking for the monsters underneath our bed when we found out the monsters were inside of us. And I knew there was a monster inside of me, and I didn't feel no way. So took the gun, jammed again. Second strike. Obviously, and there was this voice saying, I still need you here. So after that happened, I never sought any help. I think that everybody should seek some type of help when they're going through something. I'm a hard head, so I believe that I can do everything alone. I don't know if you're the same way. So I try to take a lot of issues and just, stuff them inside, put them inside I call it the closet of life. But as we all know, you can only put so much garbage in there until it starts to, come out of the closet. And that's what happened after that issue with the gun issue, I got even worse than the drugs. I'd split up with my girlfriend. I moved back in with my mom, and I just started doing the drugs again, And I found myself, LT, failing over and over and over and over again. But the number one thing is I noticed, and I have journals down in my drawer, is that every time I wrote in my journal, it was, I'm going to try again, I'm going to try again, I'm going to try again, and I'm going to try again. I never gave up hope that things would get better. So what I'm trying to tell people is that whatever situation you're in right now, it's not permanent. It's just temporary. So don't try to make a permanent decision for a temporary situation that you're in, because eventually you'll see the light. I understand what it means when people are like, well, eventually you'll see the light, and you keep trying to run toward it, and it keeps getting further away. But eventually you will start to see the light. Better days are coming. But it took me a little bit more, LT, to learn that. I eventually moved into an apartment downstairs, and this is where I say comfort zones are very scary places, because I had an apartment that had no heat, no electricity, and it was the middle of winter. And once again, I was broke, I was alone, and I was I had broken up with another girlfriend because of this drug. These drugs promise you everything in the beginning, excitement, a good time, but they don't tell you over time that what it's going to take from you. And it took a lot from me. And I found myself living in the dark. My friend, she told me she would drop me back off at a dark apartment, and I loved sleeping there because I was okay in my comfort zone, because I could do my drugs there. Nobody could bother me. I didn't have to pay rent. I can live mediocre life without anybody telling me what to do. And there's a lot of us doing that right now, just skimming by in life. You're doing drugs here and there. You're living somewhere with somebody, but you don't want to get out that comfort zone. Tell people challenge themselves is try to get out your comfort zone, because nothing grows there. So what happened is that I ended up moving. This is going to fast forward a little more. I ended up moving with my friend. I got a job. I was still an addict. I tell people you could be a functioning addict. I went to the gym. I had a job, and I pretended like I had money. To me, I was doing okay, but I was still addicted. And people find themselves doing that. I know a lot of functioning addicts. So, but I eventually went to the job, and I found myself in the same position, just a little bit more better than what my last position was. I had no food. I couldn't pay my rent. I had to ask for help all the time because I was still addicted. LT, and another thing is this. As crazy as I never admitted one time I was an alcoholic. I only would admit that I was a drug addict, which it will tie in at the end why that helps there. So I went on for a year, still doing cocaine. And what happened was one day I said, I'm going to rehab. I went to rehab for 2 days, and this was a very important time in my life because this is what made me change. I was put in a room with two guys. And some of the best advice I've gotten wasn't from people with PhDs there or master's degrees or people that are really smart or wrote a book. Some of the best advice I've ever been given by were former addicts. Yep. And the one guy told me, he said, you're going to have to make a decision here. So what do you mean I have to make a decision? My decision is I'm leaving here. I'm going to go live my life. I'm going to become rich and famous, and you're not going to tell me nothing. He said, no. He said, you're on the fence. See, you don't want to be an addict. You want to be an addict. You don't want to be an addict. He said, you're going to have to make up your mind. He said, young man, listen. He said, I have a job. I have a college degree, and I'm 50 years old still sitting in rehab. That got to me. There was other guy named Calvin, and he was a truck driver, and his words got to me the most. He said, I've been here 3 times. And this 3rd time, I'm not there for my wife right now and my kids, and it's killing me. And I looked at them and I said to myself, is this where you want to be? And I went to a meeting, and this lady said something that stuck with me to this day. She says, worry about today. If you want to go get drunk and high tomorrow, then go get drunk and high tomorrow, but worry about today. And the whole time, LT, when I was trying to get clean and sober, I would plan out. I'd plan it out for another week. I'd plan it out for a year and say, all right, I'm going to go for 30 days. And I would fail. I would never take it day by day. So my advice to somebody is saying, worry about today. If you want to go get drunk tomorrow, go worry about being clean today. That's the motto I live by. And I ended up leaving rehab because there were some anxiety issues. And so I ended up walking out the door. And that night, I failed again. Actually, when I got in the car, I had a beer. But then that night is what changed. That night, I decided I don't want to do this anymore. So I changed people, places, and things within 24 hours. I burned the boat. And where I got this from was that they said the Roman soldiers used to burn their boat when they would fight a war. They didn't have a chance to run back.
Oh, damn.
So I said, I'm gonna have to change everything. I'm not gonna give myself that chance to go back to the dealer. I'm not gonna give my chance to go back to those old bars. I'm gonna burn the boat. I'm gonna only give myself a chance to go forward, and that's the only way I'm going from here on out. So I ended up moving in December 18th. I never looked back. I went to 2 AA meetings, and this is what finally got me. I said, hello, my name is Brandon, and I'm an alcoholic. And from that day on, I never drank. I released myself. And now I've had the opportunity to be on the radio. I had the opportunity to be clean and sober, which is the best feeling. I got my life back. I'm a better father. I'm a better brother. I'm a better, I help people. I'm able to help people a lot better now instead of making videos half high, So I gained everything back. Yeah.
I used to do the same thing, dude. I'd sit because I have a different YouTube channel that I was practicing on. And I was drunk the whole time I was making videos. They'd start out like edited pretty well, and then by the end of the video, just garbage.
Right. So you understand, then. You understand.
Oh, yeah.
So that's where I am now. I'm just, working. My contract just ended with the radio station, so I say to myself, I'm pushing for TV next, and that's really about it. I'm taking it day by day. Me personally. And I'm not saying everybody should do this. I did not continue to go to AA or any meetings. Now, it doesn't mean I'm not going to, because there is some days where, this is what I tell people. When you become clean and sober, there's something else that's going to take over. My anxiety is high now. So I believe I should go back to some meetings and get some support, because it's good to be amongst other people doing the same thing, because it's really hard to do it alone. It really is.
100%. So I want to recap on some people that just came in. 4 years ago, basically, is when your addiction started. You started doing cocaine, which led you to Molly, right? Can you explain what Molly is to those out there who may not know what it is?
Molly's it's an upper. It's a feel-good drug. It's like ecstasy. So whenever you take it, I'd forget about my problems. Everything was fine and dandy until it was all gone. But Molly would keep me up for 5 or 6 days. I remember a sheriff came one time, and he looked at me. He's like, I was up for 7 days. And Molly is just an upper, and it's dangerous because it makes you feel good, like a lot of drugs do. But this one will make you feel good for days. So you just keep going back to it.
So it's like my run with meth.
Yeah, basically. They're mixing it with meth now. It's even more dangerous.
Oh, that's scary. Okay, so then you start doing Molly, you find yourself in the basement of a house. They put a gun to your head, pull the trigger, gun jams. Your life is saved. You go back out to the darkness of drugs. You don't want to live. You try to kill yourself, gun jams again. Right?
Yeah, second time.
And you're like about, what, 25, 26 at this time?
So when that happened, I'm trying to take it back. That was 3 years ago. So I was around 25, turning 26, because my birthday was coming up.
Okay. And then you moved in with your mom, and then you had some more relapses. And then what was the final point where you quit 7 months ago?
What made me quit?
Yeah. And you went to, would you say you were in jail?
Was I in jail, you said?
Yeah. Did you say that you were in jail?
No, I went to jail for 2 days and I got released and I did Molly. I went to court high. Whenever I went in front of the judge, I was always high. So no, what made me stop is after rehab and thinking about what those 2 guys were talking to me about. And I knew that my life was on the line. I knew things getting to a point where I was up again for 4 or 5 days. And I just knew if something didn't change, I was either going to be dead or in prison, or something bad really was going to happen to me. And that something just in mind just clicked, saying something needs to change. It just needs to change.
Awesome. That's good. Jump, little doggy, jump, jump.
Get to meetings, Brandon's good for you, noon people. Yes, that is true. I am going to get to some meetings. I definitely am. I have anxiety issues, so it's hard for me to sit in groups of people. I don't know. It feels like they're always staring at me. And so, I got to take that step of faith.
Right. So we're pretty young in recovery, you and I. I was just wondering maybe if there's some old timers in the chat that want to give us advice from 7 to 10 months like me, what we should do as we are in this COVID crisis. And what have you done the last 3 months with this isolation and stress and the crazy crap we keep seeing on social media? Have you been triggered? Have you been wanting to use, or what have you been doing to stay in sobriety?
I have a personal trainer, so I went there every single day to the gym. He allowed me in there. Number 2 is I listen to motivational speakers every single day. So I start my day off with something positive, and I day with something positive. My whole day is trying to be positive. And another thing is that I was never triggered this whole time, which is very odd. I thought I was going to be, but I just kept my mind focused on the positives and what I have accomplished since being clean and sober.
Awesome. That's really good. And so now you're into recovery, and I noticed you tell us about all the videos you put out. You put out almost 1 or 2 a day, don't you?
Yeah. So I post out videos on what I feel that's on my heart that can help people. So, and I never write anything down. So it's something that jumps in my brain, and I record it that minute. And, I try to put out 1 to 2 a day. So if you go on my page, it's motivational videos and short videos too. So I don't like long videos, so I keep them to a minute or 2. So and it's just hopefully something that can help people throughout their day, whether they're going through depression, anxiety, a drug addiction, something that can just help you get through the day.
Awesome. Okay, I just wanted to recap the story and get people caught up with where you're at. You can go ahead and continue if you remember where you were.
I was what I'm just doing now. So basically what I'm just doing now is things are going obviously a lot better, but here's what I do to myself, LT, is I'm 1 line to get away from being an addict. I'm 1 drink away from being an alcoholic. So I always keep myself humble. So right now, basically, ever since I stopped, and now that I'm clean and sober, is I'm really just working on me each day. So basically, I just told that was the whole story. It was really short because it seemed a lot longer, but now I look back at it, it's a lot shorter than I really thought it was. Thank God. But yeah, I'm just I'm trying to stay out of I am staying out of trouble. I'm producing the videos, and I'm just setting my goals high and just aiming for them.
That's good, Bob Smith.
And they're working the steps. They and I don't really get into this with much people. Is that I don't know if that's actually for me, and I'm not knocking it at all. But I don't know if that's for everybody. Has a different way. I have a woman that has quit. I think meetings are going to be fine for me. But here's my thing, LT, is I don't really check in with people really well. I'm not going to lie to you. So I haven't worked that yet. So far, it's been okay.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just waiting on you. I'm waiting on you. That's it.
No, yeah, I would. I need the community as far as I go. I reach out to everybody every day, all day on our community side. That's something that's helped me a ton, just to get to know people in recovery, plus around town. I still go to an IOP and all that kind of stuff. Have you worked the steps at all?
Out of what?
Have you worked the steps at all?
No, I never did the steps. I just stopped drinking, and it's worked so far. So I don't know. I just keep going on. It's been working, so I just keep going. If I do end up running into some issues later down the road, I might veer off that way, but it's worked so far. I may give it a shot in the future. I may give it a shot. What is her name?
Sure.
I don't want to mess it up. I'm horrible at names. I may give it a shot in the future, but I always tell people, if it works, work it. So I don't want to jump into doing something and then it not end up working. So I just, so far, what my support is too is making my videos. Those help me continue to be sober too. It really does. Crazy enough.
100%. So anybody got any questions they want to talk to Brandon about? One foot in the front door or one foot in front of the other, one day at a time. Amen, John.
One day at a time. Absolutely, John. That's true. That is so true. That is so true.
Amen.
Read the book like a survival thing.
He's talking about
Is that what book is he talking about?
The big book.
Yeah, I read books, but I didn't read that one. I read the Bible. So that's kind of my big book there.
Yeah, that's a good book to read. That tells you everything.
Yeah.
Big book.
Never gets old.
Except the doctor's opinion. I think that's one of the most important. Well, a lot of it's important in the big book, but I highly suggest anybody out there that hasn't read the doctor's opinion to read the doctor's opinion. It's an amazing part of it.
Yeah, send me the link. I'll definitely. I'm not opposed. I'll definitely read it.
That's Naomi. She's got 22 days, I think. Unless I'm wrong. Sorry, Naomi, but she's like 22 days sober off alcohol. She's kicking.
Congratulations.
Butt. She's doing really good.
Congratulations.
And I messed up. I didn't. So you got to keep talking because I'm editing this video of Cassie. Her quote of the day. I forgot to upload it. So my bad, Cassie.
So Naomi says, not a question. Just wanted to thank you for sharing your story and yourself with us, Brandon. Sending so much love and many prayers. Naomi,
thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you.
Let's see. Quit. Oh, sorry. I'll read them. Let's see. Bob says, say the words every day in the morning, ask for help, and at night, give thanks.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Giving thanks is a big thing. That's a huge thing.
Yeah, that grateful attitude. I know the Bible talks about that one a lot.
Yep.
That one's definitely
absolutely. Absolutely.
For sure. So Derek says, I agree, Brandon. In 2002, I went to a 90-day treatment center where the counselors were recovering addicts and alcoholics. So I think he's talking about advice. He got really good advice from them.
What can you say that one more time?
Derek, the advice he got was from recovering addicts also.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Yes, it's the truth. It's the truth.
Anything else you want to add?
No,
where
that's
can we
it,
reach you?
That's
where can we reach you and follow what you're doing?
So I gave you the link because I can't. If you type it in YouTube, name doesn't pop up. I'm not that special yet. But on Facebook, if you find me, if you type in "Have a great positive day," you can see my videos. You can share my videos. If you like my content, you can like. But you can find that on Facebook. Also, my Instagram is have_a great positive day. You can find me on there too, or you could just add me right on my Facebook here.
Cool. Yeah, Felice is posting those links in the comments if you guys want to reach out and say what up to Brandon.
Yeah.
He's always available online. So,
hello.
So tell me more about that radio show you were doing.
All right, so I got down here and it was a radio Charlotte, and basically when I got in there, I had an argument with the director, so I didn't think I was gonna get a job because he was saying it was more about money. I was saying it was more about helping people. And what you do is you had different times, like you do here, 30 minutes or 15 minutes. So I chose the 15-minute slot, and you go out there and you just you send out a message. So I chose positivity because there's a lot of gossip on the radio. I'm gonna tell people right now, get the radio and getting on TV and all that stuff is not what you think. It's not. There's a bunch of contracts I had to sign. There's some stuff you can't say. But like I said, I chose to do positivity and help people. And that's what's something that I like to do. So thank you guys. Appreciate you guys listening. I see the comments. But yeah, so my contract ended, and I think sometimes it's best to part ways from some places. I'll explain that later in messages. So I think, I'm going to venture off and do other things now. Thank you for listening, guys. Appreciate that.
Right on, brother.
Molly's a drug. It's a drug. It does come in pill capsules. So yeah, Molly's it is a street drug.
It sounds scary.
It's very powerful one, very mind altering, just like the rest of them.
I go to Naomi Johnson. Nene. Yeah, I saw your awesome post on Facebook. That was great. LT asked the old timers, what to do in sobriety? I'm just answering the question. Amen. Bob's answers have been fabulous, and I love every single one of them. And they're spot on. You know what I had? Let me tell you this, Brandon. I was talking to my counselor yesterday. I went and had a one-on-one with him talking about some things, and he's about to retire, and I want to mentor under him while he's still in the field. And we were talking about people in programs right now, and he said just this last few years, he has noticed that it's been diluted, that people aren't buying into a program because there's so much stuff on the internet that people are going, well, I'll take a little bit of this program, I'll take a little bit of this one, a little bit of this one. He said, if you work the 12 steps, buy into that program and work that program as hard as you can, and you will succeed. If you find another program that are not 12-step related, but they're still bringing your values up with your behavior, your moral standards, and then your life is matching that, and it's teaching you how to do that, buy into that one. It's when people start going, well, scientifically it's proven that, and they just start making all these excuses and get caught in this web of diluted recovery, they don't succeed.
Right.
And so, and Bob,
that's true.
That's a point at your comments are perfect and spot on. You've bought into a program, and that's why you and I, Bob, are sober today, and also Brandon.
Uh-huh.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You got to find what works for you. I always tell people that.
Hey, amen.
Appreciate that. Thank you, Jerry. Thank you.
Heck yeah.
All the love and support. I see you, LT. Got all the love and support on there.
You're good. We love your attitude and your positive personality. That's awesome. I'm sure everybody would love to come hang out in the chat and get to know everybody. And on our Facebook group, you post in there often. I see you in there. So Brandon is in our private Facebook group, y'all. So if you ever do want to reach out, and maybe you didn't catch the links as Felice was posting them, but you can also get a hold of them there. So cool, brother. Well, thanks for sharing your story, and let's stay in touch. And
thank you.
Yeah, as we grow, let's grow together.
Absolutely. We're all in this together, like I always say.
Yeah, hit us with your outro.
Yeah.
Hit us.
You want me to?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I say this all the time. I hope you guys have a great, positive night. And I always say, I'm helping you. You're helping me. We're helping each other. We're all in this together.
Amen. I love that one. It's so true. We are all into this together. And our tagline is "We recover better together."
Yeah, I like that one.
All right, man. Well, thanks for coming on the show. We're gonna let you off, and then do Cassie's quote and chit chat with people for a little bit, and then we're out of here.
Okay.
Cool, brother. Thank you so much.
See you guys.
Yeah, thanks, Brandon.
Peace. That was cool. I love his attitude. So positive, big old smile. I don't think he ever stopped smiling the whole time. But on that note, well, when it's time to catch his quote of the day, I did get lucky. Without the link.
Hey, 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 my recovering addict family. I'm here tonight with that motivational quote. You are only confined by the walls you build yourself. Anonymous. And as always, you guys know what to do. We're going to bring it together and continue to spread that love.
My mic is garbled today. Am I having trouble hearing my audio? I don't know. Maybe an audio check. If it is, I'm going to throw it away. I'm going to put this video to an end, I'm going to throw it away, and I'm going to go to Sound Warehouse and buy me that one I want. And it's hard. Hello, everyone. For your house, shout out. Out, out, and heart. Love you guys. Glad you're awesome. Glad you're here. Oh, I got to check it out. Oh, okay. Fix your audio. What's wrong with my audio? Oh, how about now? Oh, is that better? Oh, still bad. Testing 1, 2, 3. Pick you up. 6. All the way up. That's on the ground. Input is I don't know what the deal is. It's only when you disconnect. No habla en toilet taco. That's 101. 101. It works. Son of a little name. How's that? How is that?
So just stop laughing at me. Nah, Facebook was garbled too.
Yeah, Facebook's not happy with this either.
So as soon as we clicked off, it went wonky. John says it's better. Got it. Better.
Better?
Mute, unmute.
Perfect.
Must have done the trick.
No, I changed the audio settings.
Our audio.
Well, hey, that's not bad. You guys got to give it to us. 112 live streams on our first our first actual technical difficulty, not something we caused.
Wah, 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 wah.
Much better. Now we can hear you. You're clear now. I'm still going to freaking Sound Warehouse. I got an hour and a half till they close.
Bye. Good show. Let's pray.
Might as well. Jeez. Oh, I'm going to break things. You guys are about to watch my character defect of destructive anger hit a 3. Okay.
Hey, you can read lips.
I wanted to talk to you guys about some things about what we do on this channel. We obviously go through textbooks and we have special guests. I'm going to try to get special guests on Friday, but I was thinking about doing kind of like what Nicole does, is having just like a freestyle, just throwing people in there and they can jump on and ask questions or give us comments or feedback. What do you think if we dedicate one day a week to having the link dropped like Nicole does on her channel in the chat to have people come on and say what's up?
Did you was there a quote all fumbly? Do we need to replay it?
Son of a,
His face is getting more and more red and his skin.
It's finally
more
passing
green.
the redness of my sunburn from today.
Freestyle
Marks are
Friday.
good. Methinks LT is fussy.
Like as in
Thanks,
rapping?
Michelle.
John? Or are we supposed to rap? Great idea to play the quote again.
Sky says do it. Real Talk Recovery. Merc beat you to it.
I didn't even know I was supposed to post it, Merc.
Yeah, he still got you.
Where were you on all Brandon's? Huh?
Speaking of sunburn, look at those devil horn sunburn I got.
Oh yeah, what's up with that?
Oh, look at that change color. Cassie double quote, same
Hey, Marcus.
one. I do need a nap, Naomi. You're damn right.
The only rap song I know is by Salt and Pepper. I don't freestyle.
What's up, Marcus? Well, Brandon's story and stuff was a lot quicker than most people's, so here we are. What are we talking about?
About how you need a nap.
I do need a nap. Merc does have. I don't understand how Merc works so fast on multiple platforms on just his phone. Now, what kind of phone do you have? Do you do the turn it sideways and you have two screens open and all that kind of stuff? Because I can't keep up with Merc on my computer. Misty Jones.
What up, Miss?
Going on?
Didn't miss much.
No worries.
Just wah, 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 wah. That's it. Marcus, wow, you have no hair. I didn't know that. Cool. That's awesome.
It's growing in reverse. And yesterday I had a little bit. Today it's gone. That's funny. Yeah, I shaved that bad boy. Gone.
Bum, 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 bum.
He's a wizard. Irksome machine. Where did Aaron's go? Has an android. We are cool people. Cassie needs a 2 for Tuesday quote and a freestyle guest speaker Friday. Ooh. We got to get Cassie on here live one of these days, huh?
Yeah.
Mercalicious, 100%.
Not driving in the car.
Hey, Joe. Glad to hear about the update on Nicole's channel when you jumped on there. You know what? We could have somebody come on right now. What are we talking about? Somebody want to jump in here right now? There, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, somebody come talk
Do
to us.
I'm working it.
Apple versus Android. I like Android, whereas LT likes Apple.
The only reason I like Apple is just because I have Apple and everything is so integrated amazingly that way. If PC and Android is connected the same way, which I don't know if they do or not,
I don't know.
I would do that.
LT and Leonard and Ted.
Yeah.
I think you've seen all of them tonight about.
This is LT. I should go get my wig and come in as Leonard. Not a lot of you even know who Leonard is, huh? Give me a thumbs up if you know my alter egos and have seen my videos with my alter egos. And if you haven't, that's your homework assignment. I did that by accident last winter. I forgot to put the spacer on the clippers. Ah! A 1.5, I got a 2.5.
That's
awesome.
really short. I do.
Good, Joe. I'm glad. We're here for you, brother. If you ever need to reach out, you know how to get a hold of us. Always here. We recover better together. Marilyn knows.
Michelle does not know Leonard.
Marcus knows the Leonard. Brittany knows the Leonard. Polly eating ice cream.
Oh my gosh.
It's like they're multiplying.
They did. Like, I wish I could take a picture and show you guys that this infestation is getting out of control.
We may go to Walmart and get a bug bomb and bomb the house tomorrow.
Misha gave me the number of her bug guy, too.
Good. Who's this?
Facebook user is Epi. What's good?
All right, I'll screen share one of my videos so you guys can get to know Leonard. And then one day I'll do a whole show as
Hi,
Leonard.
Sarah.
Polly loves my accent in these videos.
You sound just like him. You guys could be brothers. Probably twins.
Probably. Probably. All right, let's see here. Which one should we do? Should we do the alcoholic test one?
Yay! Candace is going to keep watching our show even after Sawyer House.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes, stay connected.
It's like Petey.
That's when you need us the most.
That's what Petey did. All right, we'll do the alcoholic test one. This is Leonard's first introduction to the show ever. So
Yeah,
I will screen share this. Who, me and Polly? Leonard and Polly?
Yep. You guys are be like, is that Polly? I think that's Polly.
All right, here you go, y'all.
Hey, welcome to another episode of Recovering Addict. I have a question for you. Are you an alcoholic? Or maybe you're asking yourself, how do I know if I'm an alcoholic? Or maybe you know somebody who needs clarity. Or maybe the better question to ask is, are your drinking habits harmful?
LT! Hey.
What?
LT! Are you over there being so smart? You think you know everything about addiction, reading your books and praying your prayers? Oh, you think you're so smart over there, don't you? Look at you over there reading your books, talking to the camera like you're some smart guy, always so serious. Have you asked these guys what they're interested in or what? Are the topics only your ideas? You only talking about what you talking about? Honestly, I'm getting sick of hearing his ideas. I want to hear what you want to say. Say something. What? What? You gonna do something? He ain't gonna do nothing. What do you want to talk about? What would you guys like to hear? What topic and ideas? What are you struggling with? Let us know in the comments. You put that in the comments, I'll make sure this prick does a video. Prick. Oh, I'm Leonard, by the way.
Okay, Leonard. Thank you. Thanks, Leonard. Good point. He's right. He's right. If you have any questions,
There's Leonard, y'all.
Leonard. Leonard is an a-hole.
He's actually the good guy, you guys.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
All right, and I'll show you the second Leonard. The second time Leonard graced us with his presence. This is all before COVID hit, so I didn't do any more skits because we've been going live every single night. It takes quite a bit to make one of those skits.
Oh, hi, Nicole.
Nicole?
Nicole's here.
Which one? Oh, Nicole Real Talk. What up?
I would put your link, but Merc beat me to it, so.
Yeah, Merc's quick on the draw with your links. That's for sure. Him and Felice always battle. If we say Nicole, it's a battle between between Felice and Merc, who gets to post that video or the fastest.
welcome to Recovering Addict. I got some good news. I graduated my IOP program. Now I'm on to the after.
What the hell? Let me try that again. Okay, here's the second time. Leonard Great. What?
Merc, where's the link, please? Oh, never mind. Whatever. Oh, put the shovel down. What up?
Aftercare
Everybody
portion.
say hi to
If you notice it's
Amber.
still really echoey in here, that's because we're still remodeling, but we did get a bunch of painting done. Check it out. Hey, what's up, El Tizzle? I heard you're like, what, 5 or 6 months clean now? Yeah, about that. Bro, I told you all you needed was willpower. Yeah, I guess you're right. I do got some good willpower. Remember that time that you drank that little tiny half pint of whiskey? They called it a relapse. I call it BS. Dude, I say you were in total control. You stopped when you wanted to, remember? I'll bet you can do it again. Want to hit the liquor store real quick and snag one just back and chill? You've been working so hard. You just watch a movie, kick back and relax. Just transition, dude. Reward yourself. You're kicking ass. You deserve it. Whiskey. That does sound good. Who left the back door open? Ted, what are you doing here? Hey, what's up, Leonard? Looking good, man. You better get out of here, prick. You, PTA. Pause. Think. Act. Ted, get out of here. You better get out of here. What does it matter anyway? He's gonna fail. You're a loser anyway, and nobody likes you. You're fat, you're ugly, screw you. You're gonna fail just like you always do anyway, LT. What'd I tell you about leaving the back door open? You ever gonna listen to me? That was Ted. He's the addict. He'll try to get you in all kinds of trouble. He's smooth, he's funny, he's ridiculously good looking, and he's wicked rotten. He tells him whatever he needs to hear to get him to use, and too many times he listened to him.
Oh, yeah, the music was intense. Just like a circus fire.
I do too. I love that.
Andrew noticed in the first one your wig was on backwards.
Well, I switched wigs if you didn't notice.
Amber loves it. We need to make more of those.
Yeah, we'll make more of those. But Ted is the addict. He's the prick that I got to battle all the time. Leonard, he's actually the angel on the shoulder. He just has to be a jerk to get LT, the knucklehead, to listen to not be Ted again. My name's LT. It's Leonard Ted. LT's my good side. Ted is the guy I turned to when I was moved to Michigan, repeating 7th grade. All of a sudden, I walk up to my teacher, and my dad's like, "This is your teacher." And the teacher's like, "Oh, hi, Ted." I'm like, "What?" And that's when Ted took over right there. Yeah, Leonard's awesome. He's crazy.
There really was no audio. Are you messing with us now?
Shut the front door. Somebody said there was music was intense.
Yeah. Yeah. Or is there no audio now? No, we're good.
Thanks, Joe.
Oh my gosh, paranoid.
There was no audio when you were talking.
Oh, yeah.
Lieutenant.
I thought it was Lieutenant.
Lieutenant Dan.
When he had a job on base, they always thought you were a lieutenant.
Yeah, they always thought I was a lieutenant. How come you have a beard? Like that's just my initials. There you go, Patty.
What do I call you? I call him Leonard. It's the only way he'll listen.
I've noticed that all the girls call me Leonard.
Because it's better that way. It's just fun to say, Leonard.
Leonard, yeah.
Leonard. It's funner to say than LT.
Except my sister. Joni, if you're watching, you call me Leonard, I'll kick your ass. Me and my sister used to fight. Oh, man. We'd get in huge fights when we were just kids, right? And she'd be like, "Leonard!" I'd be like, "Oh, bitch! I'm going to kill you."
I wish I could have peeked in on your childhood.
All right, let's read our NA and pray. Positive? Yeah, let's go with, that's a long one. I'm not in the mood to read long stuff tonight. Always go to the daily reflection for small ones.
How many names do I have? 1?
Lynn or Lenny? Not very many people ever called me that.
Lenny? No.
Leo. I've been called Leo a few times. Yeah, Naomi. I do have anger problems. Not Nene. Naomi. All right, we're going to pray and get up on out of here. I'm going to go get a new microphone.
Lenny. I start calling you Lenny. It's
Lenny.
weird. I can't do it. It's weird.
Lenny. I'll have to beat somebody up.
Oh, my goodness.
Absolutely, Joan. And every time my disease talking to me, I'm like, "Ted, you better shut your mouth, man. Shut your mouth." All right. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Amen. Thanks, you guys, for coming. Thank you for listening. Thank you for Brandon for hanging out with us tonight, telling us his story. Forgive us about the audio. I'll be messing with that tomorrow. I'm not sure what happened, but it started on Discord. Dez said that he had a hard time hearing me. I did a reset, and it was better. I don't know if I had my stuff mixed up here, but I'm going to go get a new microphone.
And Sheree, I am in one of them. Slapped him real hard.
Oh, you want to see Fleece slap me in one of my videos real quick? Real quick? We'll even rewind it a couple times. Which one was that? The 5 or 6 stages? Yeah, it was this one.
You just put it back on there.
No.
Aw, we love you, John.
Okay. This is the one where Felice slaps me.
Is it this one?
Yeah. I clicked audio, right? Are there 5 or 6 stages to recovery? Most will tell you 5, some will tell you 6th, and the 6th is a little controversial. That's what we're talking about today, so stick around. I'm LT and I'm an alcoholic addict.
contemplated the fact that they have a problem. When the addict or the alcoholic are in this stage, they are experiencing the negative effects that they're having from their addiction. This is when the addict hasn't even contemplated the fact that they have a problem. When the addict or the alcoholic are in this stage, they are experiencing the negative effects that they're having from their addiction. Sometimes the family
yesterday. We couldn't even do it because we kept laughing.
Look at you. Hell yeah.
Violence is not the answer, folks.
Bam!
Kapow!
Oh, that's funny. I actually had a piece of foam up first. I was like, go ahead, really hit me. Oh, that's funny.
It was funny. If you notice at the very end of the clip, I'm smiling because we kept laughing.
Yeah, if you pause it right there at the end, you see her start to smile. I had to like edit it quicker because we were laughing. We couldn't quit laughing. Take 4. Fake violence is great.
Ah, frying pan. I'm Mexican. I should have had a chancla.
Oh, get the chunkla out. All right, you guys. We'll be back tomorrow at 8 o'clock to go through our book, Addictive Personalities. Thank you all for being here. Thanks for having fun with us tonight. We love you. And until next time, do not put yourself in a high-risk situation. Stay strong, work your program, and remember, we recover better together.